Fire in the hole!
Matt, no!
This snowy?
Yeah!
Pretty cool, huh?
Come on, play with me.
We should probably get you some better snow gear. Your pants are a little small. Are those Sawyer's pants?
No, they're mine. Fit on me.
They do not fit on you.
I'm gonna track the dog.
All right, you trap the dogs. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. And yes, that's right. I'm wearing the bag, the pouch, the man purse. That means, you know what that means. That means it's time for another Carol vlog. And I know that you guys have been excited for updates about Carol. Carol is my red-tailed hawk. She's supposed to be a falconry bird. I already know that this video, the title, the thumbnail, it's already gonna be setting off some falconers out there because I use the word pet. Now there's a reason I use the word pet. Let me get to that. Calm down, don't lose your shit just yet. Hopefully the ground is not too frozen. Okay. So the purpose of today's video is to discuss the future plans for my falconry bird, Carol. When you become a falconer, you get a license. Essentially, you go take a class, you get a sponsor that's going to take care of you and guide you through the steps and take you hunting, and hopefully you learn all there is to learn about falconry. And there's a lot to learn. It's actually very complicated. It's a lot harder than I ever thought it would be. Yeah, and so that's why there's this process, this legal process. One of the most negative terms in falconry is that your bird has become a pet, or you're treating it as a pet. That's exactly what I've done, pretty much. When I got into falconry, I really had a lot of interest in the birds, and I really just wanted to be closer to the animals and spend time with them, and I thought it was cool. So this is Carol. She's a red-tailed hawk, and she's just over a year old. I got her last December, super late in the hunting season, and we struggled to get her trained up.
Hi, Carol.
Don't touch her, buddy, okay? She's gonna go fly to her perch.
Yes. Now you're ready.
Hey, pretty girl. How are you? How are you? The first time she flew away and came back, I had such a spike of adrenaline. It was one of the coolest things I've ever experienced. Just this bond between man and bird, this wild animal, and it was so awesome. It was super cool. However, I didn't get into hunting. I didn't really have any good experiences while hunting. We couldn't find any prey, and the season passed, and I was super unsuccessful. What I should have done is waited for my sponsor to be ready. Unfortunately, he wasn't available, and I just went out, made a couple mistakes, and things got harder and harder and harder as we went. I gotta be careful. There's a big ass bird in that tree over there.
Whoa.
What is that? Looking the other way.
I'm gonna track this.
So I'm definitely someone that's passionate about wildlife. I really, really like birds of prey. I like birds in general. And that might have been what caused me some issues, is I treated Carol a lot more like a pet than a working bird. She's really a working animal. That other bird just took off, he's gone. She gone, good. So today I'm gonna talk with you guys about what my plan is for Carol now that we're in the second falconry season. I've been chatting with my sponsor. I have some really good plans, but and we plan to execute them. Hopefully everything goes well, and hopefully you guys enjoy this video and you appreciate where I'm coming from, and yeah. All right, let's see if we can get Carol to come down here.
Wow, he's coming down the house.
Good girl. So you can see that Carol's super reliable. She's pretty calm. She's easy to be with. She's a perfect pet hawk. But like I said, that's a really negative term in the falconry community. You don't want a pet hawk. You want a working hawk. You want a hawk that's going to go hunting with you. When I got into the sport of falconry, I'll be the first one to admit that I was just jumping through the hoops. Directly above me. I was pretty much jumping through all the legal hoops so that I could get myself a hawk. And I'll admit that. I'm not gonna lie and say that I was like, oh, I just wanted to hunt animals. However, I do think that the process of catching an animal with a hawk would be so badass. Every time I took her out and I thought we were close, such a huge spike of adrenaline, so cool to see the bird work. Really, really cool, but I just haven't had much luck in finding prey. So, the point of today's exercises with Carol is not to do all the cool flying back and forth thing that everyone likes to watch and that I love to do, because that is all it really takes to have a good pet hawk. What we really need to do is condition Carol so that she can be a strong hunter. The more fit she is, the more confident she's going to be, and the more likely she is to go after prey. So what we're doing is not about long, beautiful, graceful soaring. It's about exercise for Carol. We're literally getting her a workout in today. So right now I'm using small tidbits of venison that are coated with VitaHawk. It's pretty decent for her, but it doesn't have everything that she needs, which is something that I found kind of late in the game. I like using venison because it's cleaner when you use it with your hands than it is to use like chopped up quail and stuff like that. So I kind of just like took the easy out and have been using this. It was also free, but I did order a bunch of stuff for her, and I'll show you guys that in a little bit. Good girl. So the point of today's exercise is to set her on this perch. I'm gonna climb to the top of the ladder, and she's gonna have to just use all of her own wing power to get herself up to the top of the ladder. We're gonna try to do it 10 times or until she's out of breath. Good. She's not, if I were to try to just toss her back to her perch, she probably would try to find a higher spot, because it's a lot more work for her to fly straight up like this. The idea is to get her to be willing to put in some work for her food, so it's not always so easy. That way she might consider hunting for us, and it's also good exercise. So that's pretty much what jump ups look like. After speaking with my sponsor on the phone, he suggested I start doing that every week instead of just these long, cool flights to really build up her musculature and her just overall confidence and build. And so that's kind of what we've been working on. The other thing that my sponsor and I discussed is doing a lot more work off camera. Now I know that you guys following the vlog, you don't like that, but in order to be successful with this, a lot of this stuff needs to be off camera. So if we go out on a hunt, I'm not gonna show you guys failed hunts anymore, because all it does is stir everyone up and get all these people all upset, and then I feel guilty and I feel like shit about it, and so much of the whole picture doesn't come through on camera or within the 15 minutes that I have. So we're just not gonna show failed hunts anymore. She's tired. When I started vlogging falconry, I wanted it to be honest, I wanted it to be genuine, I wanted to show you guys all of my mistakes, all of my ignorance, pretty much everything just raw as can be, so that you would kind of understand exactly what you're getting yourself into if you try falconry. And what I've learned is so much of being successful as an apprentice is finding a good sponsor and listening only to that sponsor. My sponsor, I'm not sure if it was health issues or family problems or what, it doesn't really matter, but he sort of wasn't super available. And I also think having the YouTube channel made him kind of shy away a little bit. As far as hunting goes, we would have a lot more success if we had some beagles. to chase rabbits out of bushes. I have Bodie there. He'd actually probably be pretty good, and Carol's pretty tolerant of him. Bentley is a lab. He does okay. Bodie. Ooh, Bodie got smacked. That's why you don't mess with Carol. Good girl, Carol. I just got done saying she was tolerant. But a lot of falconers use dogs as they hunt, and it helps them with being a lot more successful. So I definitely won't be getting beagles. We have a big farm. We got plenty of space, but we just don't have the time or the resources to have any more dogs, or the patience. So I won't be getting beagles, which is part of why I thought it'd be a good idea to switch to squirrel hunting. And we had a ton of squirrels nearby at this park, and I thought, wow, look, there's like squirrel. You can't even walk 10 feet without seeing a squirrel. And my main issue last year was that I think I saw 1 or 2 rabbits the whole time, and none of them were in a position where Carol could actually get them. Yes. So I guess I underestimated the importance of having her get onto live animals so that she wouldn't become fist-bound like she kind of is currently. I have done some live animal scenarios. A lot of people call it baggies or bagged animals. All right, time to go back in your enclosure. And Carol actually did really well with bagged animals. Carol, we're gonna hunt. Hunt. We're hunting. Oh, good, she's following me. I just want to see her follow me for a bit. So I'm gonna let a rat go somewhere. Ho, ho! Ho, ho! There she is. Ho, ho! Oh, that was sick! Oh, good job, Carol. A lot of people were suggesting that I take like a squirrel pelt and I use it to run it up a tree. Other people were saying you shouldn't be switching from rabbits to squirrels and back and forth, and I agree with everything you guys are saying. A lot of my issues have come from just being like overwhelmed or bombarded with techniques and ideas, and I really should have only listened to the advice of my sponsor. So currently, the current plan right now, per my sponsor, is to start doing live feedings on a weekly basis, really getting her into the idea that she needs to kill if she wants a full meal, or she has to work like that. She's not gonna get to do these just fun, soaring, flying, easy feeds, and I'm not gonna just keep stuffing food in the food hatch for her unless I'm off to work. Where are your shoes? Oh, sandals. It's snowing outside.
No, it's not.
Okay, fine. Bye, honey.
Bye.
Love you. This kid loves going. He loves just leaving the house. He's an adventurous little spirit. Aren't you, buddy? All right, guys. So we're gonna head to the gym. I'll continue talking to you guys about my plan with Carol and just some of the things that I've learned in the past couple weeks. Trying to figure out like just where we went wrong, what's going on, what to expect. Because a lot of times I think I'm just like expecting something else, and then Carol's not performing, then I get upset, and I'm like, So it's just, you know, I'm learning all these stuff. I'm learning as we go, you know? All right, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, that's right, food. So I want to show you guys the food situation for Carol that we got worked out. Go inside the barn apartment. When we bought this house, it came with this barn that's like 150 years old and has this really old rundown apartment in it. And it's, I don't really use it for much right now, but I want to kind of convert it into like a really easy place to bring Carol in here, weigh her, you know, keep her food, all that stuff. I just need to get organized. Organization is a big problem of mine. Bam! Frozen meat, rush delivery, Rodent Pro Premium Animal Nutrition. All right. That's it, boys. What the No way. No way. What a ripoff. This was like $150. There's no way. This was supposed to be, it's 100, it says extra small quail. I was hoping like, oh, its head fell off. Gross. Okay, that is like nothing for Carol. That's just a bite. That's flying her one time. This bag cost me $60. Okay, that is not a medium-sized rat. That thing is tiny. What the hell? Rip off. Shoot, okay, that's actually super upsetting. That was supposed to be like what I thought, you know, a couple months worth of food. That for Carol, I mean, that's not gonna last her even a month. That was $175 to ship to me. That's why I've been using that venison, because just finding like good source of food for her is really expensive. And you know, I'm not too worried about the cost, but I don't want to have to like shell out, you know, insane amounts of money every month. I was hoping that she would be hunting and capturing this food on her own, but like that's really disappointing. I'm hoping there was just some mistake on my order. Ooh, that's frustrating. That is not what I mean, it might be what I ordered, but not what I expected. Today's just not my day. I made it all the way to the gym, walked the kids over to Kids Club, and they're not open yet. I guess I just misjudged their winter hours. Shoot. So we got an hour and a half to burn. And I was gonna feed the kids after lunch, but I should probably go get some food. Darn it. Oh, so frustrating, so frustrating. Sterling decided he wanted Mexican food, and I think that sounds pretty good, but I don't really want to drive all the way to the next exit, so we're gonna try this little sketcy looking hole in the wall looking place, but it's probably good. Okay, does that not look super sketchy? Ooh, I don't know. Let's give it a try. Well, why not, you know? And that place looks bad. Sometimes that's how you know it's good. When it comes to food, with Carol, it's important that she has the right amount of food, and it's much less food than I've been feeding. I've been, you know, just in a way just being too nice, like treating her like a pet. Like if it was one of my dogs, I want them to be kind of, you know, kind of fattened up and happy and fat. But you can't do that with falconry birds because they just won't work for you. You need them to be fit. And I knew that, I know that, but I just wasn't really practicing that. Another thing that kept happening was I would leave for work and Des would be like, hey, should I feed Carol? And I'd be like, yeah, feed Carol. And I'd come home and I'd be like, whoa, where's Carol's food? And she'd be like, I gave it to Carol. And I'd be like, that was a month's worth of food. And then I can't hunt with Carol for like a week and a half because she just ate a month's worth of food and she's not ready. There was a few occurrences. There was one where she flew away from me and Desiree and I didn't communicate very well. And I thought Carol had fasted for 48 hours and was gonna be super eager and ready to hunt. But in reality, she had just had a massive chunk of venison, and so when I took her hunting, she flew away from me because she wasn't hungry at all. And I was thinking like, what? This doesn't make any sense. Her weight should be fine. But I was stupid and not weighing her before I left because I was in a hurry and I wanted to make a video. So, all things that when you get into falconry, you should look out for because they'll really sneak up on you. Their weight is so important. When I first started, I was documenting her weight every single day. I'm getting back into doing that now. It's a pain in the butt, but it helps you get an idea of where she should be, what her flying weight should be, and what her hunting weight should be, because they are very different things. So loud. A lot of the hate online really actually affected me wanting to even do the sport, so I totally lost motivation. So I'm hoping to just ignore that, continue forward, continue to keep pushing with Carol. The best thing to have done was probably to let Carol go after her first unsuccessful season, but I decided to hold her through the molt, and that was probably a bad idea. She didn't molt well, we were in the middle of a move, she didn't get the proper diet, and now we're like back to square one, and it's really, really difficult. But I have a funny prank idea for Desiree. I don't know if she'll really do anything, but I think it'll be funny. See if there's any of this. See if there's any dry ice left. Oh, there's hardly any left. Dry ice is so cool. Okay, so I've been waiting for the most opportune moment to strike. Desiree's finally in the bath. She takes a bath almost every night. She's finally in the bath. Let's take some of this. Hang on. I left my gloves outside. Ooh, that's cold. rough life.
But I'm worried about coyotes.
This stuff smells like donkey shit.